Now for our featured story of the day. SkyBridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci sees Bitcoin hitting $100,000 by year end and says good news is a-coming for the biddy. That's right, as the headline shares right here. Let's break it down. I know he was recently just interviewed. Scaramucci believes the Bitcoin will print massive all-time highs in less than 6 months. And in a new CNBC interview, the Mooch says Bitcoin can break out to 6 figures following a steep correction into the 50,000 range. The Mooch predicts Bitcoin's current correction is only temporary due to such factors as the defunct crypto exchange Mt. Gox settling with creditors and the German government selling coins. Quoting him here from the interview. We still love the fundamentals of Bitcoin long term, and I do think, as I said, it'll be $170,000 post-halving. But I think you'll get to $100,000 by year end. But it has to chug through the slog right now. He also says that Bitcoin could soon see a boost from FTX account holders who are expected to soon have their funds restored to them after the exchange collapsed. He believes a large number of them will reinvest them into Bitcoin. Quoting him again, FTX is going to be releasing shortly $16 billion roughly of cash to investors that had their accounts at FTX. And so that's very good news for Bitcoin holders. I believe because a lot of that was in Bitcoin. It got frozen in the bankruptcy. It got dollarized, unfortunately, at low numbers. You can say that again for Bitcoin, but it is going to go back to those account holders shortly. And we think a lot of that may flow into the asset. And let me explain what he is talking about. So if you had one Bitcoin on the FTX exchange, you're not getting today's value of that Bitcoin. You're getting Bitcoin at the bottom of the cycle value at when it was like $16,000. You can't make this ish up. So it just goes to show you how corrupt. If the government's involved in it some way, some form, it's corrupt. And it's sad, but I digress. Lastly, he warns the Democratic Party that their reluctance to embrace digital assets compared to the Republican Party could cost them crucial votes in the upcoming November U.S. presidential election. Maybe you do know, maybe you don't know, but Scaramucci worked with Trump back when Trump was president. And I think it only lasted like 10 or 11 days and he got fired. And since then, he has been on a tirade against Trump. He despises him and he's actually voting for Biden. You can't make the ish up, but I know because I follow him on X. But anyways, quoting him here, let's say there's only 20 million wallets of eligible voters in the U.S. And let's say 10% of them are single issue voters. You got 2 million potential voters in a very close, very narrow election being resolved by 6 or 7 swing states that could be a single issue digital asset voter. I think it is overwhelming conclusion that this will be an acceptable long-term asset class in the United States. So there you have it. And to watch the actual interview he did entitled Bitcoin Can Get to 100,000 by Year End, says Scaramucci from the CNBC interview. Check the show notes below the video in the description. And let me know if you agree. 100 G's by the end of the year. And what do you think the cycle peak will be? He says he can easily see it going to 170,000. I shared with you earlier, quoting Max Kaiser, the only project 2025 I'm aware of is Bitcoin breaking $350,000 in 2025, meaning Max is confident Bitcoin will break 350,000 next year for this cycle peak. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. 580 on X, not too shabby. Shout out to the X fam. We're also streaming right now on Rumble and on the Tube. Appreciate you guys. What do we call people that store value in fiat? I thought you'd never ask, Mr. Dankness.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Nope. Just stacked another 0.1 biddies. Shout out to Daddy-O.
People that use fiat
currency, and of course I gotta chop up these clips so I don't get hit with demonetization or copyright claims, hence why we always chop it up. If you don't know, now you know.
Currency as a store of value.
We call them poor. Whoa, you nailed it, fam. Bitcoin going down 17 hours, 100K, nope. 250, 400,000 by the end of the year. I dig it, Greg. So sailing with twins has become sailing fishing twins. Correct, Satwise. Correct. Like water. I like that, Greg. Poor. Like water.
Poor. We call them poor.
You nailed it. Right on the money.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
Like water. Be water, my friend. Poor, you got it right. Clueless is another nice way to put it. BTC, BLX weekly since inception, 15 years. Bitcoin is only up 522 million %. That's it. It's only up 522 million %. The next cycle by 2028, Bitcoin will be at 3 million. If not, I'll eat John McAfee's member. Rest in peace, McAfee. That's right, fam. We call them poor plebs or ignorant with all the knowledge being everywhere. Yes. Pump to 69. Yes, please. Shout out to the crack knee. Yes, it has. Short-term investment, though. It will go up for as many hours as it went up. We are on a 15-year bull run. It's going up forever, Melda. Forever. The pavement in Vegas is 159 degrees. Wow. You can fry an egg. That's crazy. Are you being serious? 159 degrees. That's insane. It's maybe 90 degrees here in Puerto Rico. A little cloudy today, so it's blocking the sun, so it could be worse. You feel me? Who is the second best Bitcoin podcaster? There is no second best. There's a podcaster called JV, right? There is no second best.
There's no second best crypto asset. It isn't slightly different. Bitcoin.
There's a bank in cyberspace.
Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace.
Pump to 69, please. Let's go. We're overdue. Keep in mind, previous cycle high was 69 back in November of 2021. It's like a deja vu moment right now. You have an excellent opportunity to seize those biddies below the previous cycle's all-time high. I make bank when McAfee shield Verge. Word. He was pumping a lot of coins. He had, at one point, a coin of the day he was pumping. Kind of crazy, right? I've been to Las Vegas one time during the summer. We'll never do that again. Yeah, not the ideal time to go, for sure. Is Bitcoin a good stock? It's the only stock worth investing in if you call it a stock. Whatever you want to call it, it's fine. Trade 5, folks. Be happy with 7% or so. Ha ha. Devon, JV is the best. There's no second best. Podcast, CNA fam. Thank you. Bitcoin to hit 69 trillion market cap. Hell yeah. Let's go. 69x from here, baby.